Hey everyone, welcome to the Coffee and Daydreaming podcast, where it's your BFF encouraging you to live your dreams. If you want, at Imkablame or at Coffee and Daydreaming, or all of it, please. Also on TikTok, YouTube, bunch of stuff. So please, for the love of the algorithm, follow me on everything. But yeah, I'm your BFF encouraging you to live your dreams on our journey of self-healing. Together on this journey of self-love and productivity. So anyway, grab your cup of joe, get cozy, and let's dive into today's episode. So first of all, I want to thank you guys for being there in the ground roots of this podcast. So I was like tweaking it, and got in a spiral of perfection. And finally, I just said, you know what? I'm just going to make it. Okay. So, anyway, hold on. Just want to give a thanks to everybody who's in on the ground up of this podcast. I was really excited to start a podcast that I had so many ideas. I always am full of ideas. And with limited resources, I have to kind of narrow down, lassie up, and pick one, which, is quite the obstacle, but it's quite the adventure. So long story short, I will be trying different formats, and I would love to hear your input on which formats that you like. I kind of favor being a little chaotic because that's my vibe, guys. No, we're not chaotic, guys. No, that's self-deprecating. No, we're not doing self-deprecating, but in a good way. Like, chaotic, in my opinion, they're my people, in the best way. So anyway, we're gonna switch it up from the last episode. I want to do a productive workspace. Okay, so if you're driving, feel free to definitely focus on the road. I'm not liable for no accidents. But what I actually like doing is when I drive is take notes. I'll activate Siri and I'll be like, Siri, take a note. And then I'll write it down. Because driving for me, I get a lot of ideas and inspiration. So, but if you're not driving, get out pen and paper or your laptop. I use the app Notion to brainstorm. I love that app. Anyway, so grab a cup of tea, coffee. This right here is from my podcast, the Unfinished Projects podcast. You can check it out on my YouTube page at Imkablame. Maybe I'll put it on the Coffee and Daydreaming YouTube page. And maybe I'll bring it back. I don't know. But one thing at a time, guys. One thing at a time. So this episode, we are going to go through the workbook. Okay? Now, this workbook right here, I actually just updated it to say Coffee and Daydreaming. Buttercup Media Club is my entity that I had in New York City to get a bunch of people together to create content. It was a lot of fun. But I just made the graphic to say Coffee and Daydreaming because I think it's a little more appropriate in this channel. And this is a goal setting workbook, and so this is a working session. Okay, now let's get started. Okay, so I want you to open up the book. Okay, so I give instructions on how to use it. So this is to map out your 5-year plan. So let's do all of that today. Okay. And I want you to remember to keep your goals SMART. Okay? And what that means is SMART, what actually needs to be accomplished. What are the tasks? What do I need to do? Okay? And so then measurable, the M, measurable, by what percentage? How many? How can you measure it? For example, okay, SMART, I need to do one post on TikTok a day. Measurable. How many? 7. Or 1 and 7 in 1 week. 7 videos per week. So that way there it's easy, because when you don't put a number or a percentage by it, everything is just up in the air then. You're not committing to yourself. Okay, so achievable. Realistically, is the goal achievable a lot of time? Now, there's going to be times when I'm going to ask you to go big. Like, it's going to test you. You're going to be like, when I say you can have whatever you want, you're going to be surprised, like, weird. Like, I can have whatever I want, yet I chose something so small. You know what I mean? So, but for the actual goal, you're going to want to make sure that it's realistic, okay? So, relevant, this is your why. So, does your goal contribute to what you actually want to do? Okay, so for example, I have so many goals I want to do. And what I learned is relevant. I should have been doing this when I was in LA my last month. So my friend was so sweet. He let me crash on his couch. And that was my time when I was like, all right, well, if I could find a second job to kind of sustain me living there, because it's so expensive. I work full time, and I still couldn't, cut the living. And so the thing is, I spent my time that month doing open mics a bunch, and it was so fun. It made me so, so happy. And I kind of am like, did I make the right decision? I don't know. There's no regret. I had a blast doing open mics, and I was happy to see a lot of people that I knew back in the day, which is amazing. However, if I got a second job, it's hard because I'm working. You know what I mean? I'm not like sitting at home watching movies. When you're doing comedy, you're out, you're writing, you're spending energy being out and about, shaking hands, performing. And so that for me was a blast, but perhaps I should have assessed my actual goal, which was the last month I was there, figure out how I could sustain my living here, right? I don't know. It gets a little tricky. Time-based. So when should this goal be accomplished? So, for example, if I set smarter goals, my goal should have been to focus on the last month, find a second job to sustain my life here. Time-based, 20 days. Because, you got to buy an airplane ticket. You need a week to yourself to kind of, make arrangements and all that. So, yeah. So prioritize your goals. And I feel like they are based on need for survival. Okay, and this is a little promise, a contract for yourself, okay? I vow to commit by doing the work. I will forgive myself if I miss a day. Instead of being hard on myself for missing any goal deadlines, I will look at the data and focus on solutions. I will choose to believe in myself and have my own back. Remember, all you have is your own back sometimes. Everyone started somewhere, and with a little bit of practice and effort each day, positive change will come and amount to something cool. I'm worthy of amazing things happening, and I know I have the power to take action. So just little steps. I know everybody says it. They're like, little steps. Yeah, right. Keep walking. Okay, custom affirmations. So this is where I'll fill you in on this a little later. Okay, but you're going to flip when you have a negative thought, I want you to write down that negative thought, and then I want you to flip it, and then that's your affirmation, because negative thoughts are a great thing, actually, okay? They're not like, bad thought. No, you're not bad. No, bad versus good versus evil. We love it. We love it. And so because it helps, it gives you data of what you don't want, so you can find what you do want. Okay, so for example, today I was feeling I was feeling like I wasn't using my time properly. Okay, I was being hard on myself. I've only been back with family for like 2 days, but like I've been feeling like, like a loser. And so anyway, I caught myself in the spiral and I was like, hold on, take action, just move. I was kind of getting a little tired, I'll be honest. And I worked I worked all day today, 9 hours, and I was getting a little tired. I'm just like, just keep filming. Just keep filming. I felt a little overwhelmed. So much to do, I don't know where to begin. And I'm like, just go. Just go. Okay. And, okay, so my point is, so the negative thought would be, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know where to start. Now, what I like to do, my little trick is, okay, so thesaurus, I pull up a thesaurus, okay, and then I type in like the word, and then I find the antonym, the antonym, or you could just type in antonym of overwhelmed. Ooh, surrender. That's a great antonym for, ooh, you see how it moved me? I was like, ooh, all right, cool. I'm surrendered. So that's the affirmation. Okay. You write down in your custom affirmation. I'm going to write that down right now. Custom affirmation. I surrender and know whatever steps I take, and know whatever I take are in the right direction. Okay. All right. So, guys, look at that. That feels really good, too. It resonates with me. I surrender and know whatever steps I take are in the right direction. Okay, so keep walking. Also, I put the link to the digital version of this book in Notion. It is free. Okay, so now I want to start off with the big picture. Okay, when I'm making my goals, okay, I always love to look at the big picture, because then you kind of can gather directions. For example, if I were to drive from LA to New York City, the big picture is driving from LA to New York City. Okay, and then you zoom in a little bit more. Like, you think, like, okay, gives you direction. Exactly, direction. Well, if I need to go here and here, okay, well, I want to see these national parks. I want to see this. So what route? Now you know a little bit more. Now you know, okay, well, what hotels are along the way? What restaurants are on the way? Are there grocery stores along the way? And so then you could go more micro. Okay? So I actually did. I'm not going to show you my responses because they're private. But I did do this work. And let me tell you, so I did this February 1st, 2023. Now, interesting. I'll tell you where I failed. Sorry, my nose itches. Okay, so with goal mapping, goal setting, there's the actual goal setting. Here's the part that I lacked. You gotta set reminders for yourself, and you've got to make it a daily practice. You just got to. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make our plan, and then we're going to put it into Notion and go ahead and put it in our calendar invites and set reminders for ourselves, okay? Almost as if we're our own personal assistant, okay? So right now, we are hiring ourselves as the personal assistant to the CEO of our life, okay? Hi, you're hired as the personal assistant of the CEO. Congratulations. Okay. All right. There you go. You now have a job. You're the personal assistant to you being the CEO. And that requires admin. Nobody talks about admin. Yeah, it takes upkeep. Okay, so like writing it all down is fun, but like, guys, we have to do maintenance. We've got to do upkeep. So, it's like we're buying this. By us making our 10-year plan, it's like we're buying ourselves a nice car. Okay? And the car is your future. But you got to do the oil changes. The oil changes are The oil changes are the check-ins. You got to do check engine light pops on. Hold on. Check in. Are you on the path? Okay? All right, so right now, I want you, if you don't have the book, that's okay. I want you to I'll cover up my results. Okay, I just want you to, on a sheet of paper, you don't need the book, or you could buy it. I'll put the link below. Family, health, friends, finances, your career, your love life, and things you enjoy doing for fun. Okay, and I'm actually going to use the digital version for myself. Duplicate. Okay, good. And then I want you to go ahead and write down your 5-year plan, okay, for pretty much the same thing. Okay, so in the categories of family, health, friends, finances, your career, your love life, and things you enjoy doing for fun. Okay, go ahead. Oh, wow. Write down the date in 5 years. 5 years is going to be 2028. Wow, that's weird. Okay. Yikes. Ooh, next year is going to be 2033. What? I mean, 10 in a decade. All right. Okay. Wow, guys, like, actually, this is so cool to be doing my 10-year plan, like, again, and not again, but, like, pretty much just checking in, and it's, like, pretty aligned. It's weird. It's actually eerie. So I did goals in 9 months, and I put that I wanted to live in New York City. Guys, it's, like, September. And I moved cross country from LA to Jersey, and I'm very close to New York. I'm saving up right now. That is, oh, wow, that's eerie. That's cool. This is so weird. So for my goals in 6 months, I put under the category of family that I wanted to be by my family. Literally 2 days, I just landed back in New Jersey to go back to New York, hopefully. I will say, though, I miss my LA family a lot, too. So I guess, anyway, friends, new New York City friends. This is wild, guys. Keep doing your goals. This is so cool. Okay, so in 6 months, it'll be what? Oh. Okay. Wow, it's crazy. Okay. Ooh, regimen. Okay, so you get random epiphanies that are like, oh yeah, like for health, I was like, okay, I want to build a bigger butt, but also, yeah, I need to start lifting actual weights. Boop. Cause yeah, right now I lift 3 weights, and it's like, dude. I mean, it's fine. But I want like a bigger butt. I know my butt's fine. But anyway. So skincare regimen. I realized I was like, I do not have a skincare regimen whatsoever. So I want to get into that stuff. What's it called? This stuff? Where you glide it with the marble. Anyway, the quartz, gouache. I don't know. Anyway. Okay. Ooh, I had an epiphany for under friends. I want to be able, I didn't realize a financial goal would be under friends. I want to be able to afford to go out. So I learned this living in LA. Like, it's great to keep in touch with everybody, but it's a whole other situation of like, just going out is expensive. And I'm not talking like going out like oh yeah, like just throwing money down, buying bottles. And I'm telling you, like going out, like my friend, she's so bougie, like I love it. I want to be bougie too. We went out to a restaurant in Beverly Hills and I was so embarrassed. I like had to order like the cheapest thing on the menu, and I didn't order a drink. I just ordered water because I was like, hey, you know, like I was too embarrassed to be like, hey, well, I'm negative $12, but if I put it on this credit card, it won't go through and hit until my paycheck clears. It's bad. I actually learned the value of money, and it's just like, if you don't have money, your social life is tanked. I'm sorry to say, but like, if you do not have a home, like that you can invite people over, for example, you know, I have like roommates, and you know, I don't have like a home, like, hi, come on over, I'll bake you a cake, come on over for cocktails. Like, that's a whole other level of privilege, which I cannot wait to have, and it's definitely doable. However, but like ultimately living in a city, and just living anywhere, living in a suburb, you need, you know, you could meet at a park, which is nice, but with winter coming up, you know, you become a little limited with free things that you can do. Okay, so here we go. Okay, a lot of good stuff. A lot of fun stuff. Oh my gosh. Now we're going on to goal for 3 months. Goal for 3 months. I know it seems tedious. Just keep going. Honestly, like, this is very helpful. It doesn't feel like it, but it is very helpful. Okay, so 3 months. Okay, so I'm realizing where I need clarity in this, and it's because I have 3 buckets of goals that I really want to do. So I want to get coffee and daydreaming up and running again, to do 1 TikTok a day. I want to have this podcast up and running. I want to have my business up and running for coffee and daydreaming, where it's called like a dream nudge, where I like I meet with you for 15 minutes a week and review your goals, and you know, I'm your accountability BFF. So I want to get Dream Nudge up and running, and then I got my Aim Kablame stuff, where it's like my stand-up comedy and my own art that I really love doing, but it's a lot. And in just to refer back to SMART goals, I gotta ask myself, am I being realistic? The dreamer in me is like, if we were realistic, we wouldn't have electricity at the moment. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, the dreamer in me is always like, let's push it. We don't have to be realistic. Anyway. All right. I got a couple things to sort out here for my goals this week. But okay. I'm going to go ahead and okay. That I need to do a little bit more self-reflection because it is a lot. It's a lot. But also, the nice thing about being single is I got all the time in the world after my day job. No, I'm kidding. I'm sad. No, I miss having a boyfriend. No. Okay, anyway, stop. So, just to fill you guys in, I'm taking a break from dating just to focus on my goals. And it's kind of nice, but I just miss going on cute dates, looking cute, going out. Anyway, whatever. That's not important. In regards to goals, like, I think, and me telling you guys, like, oh, we need to focus on our survival goals right now. So, like, despite I really want my cutie, that I, go to dinner, put on my heels, my lip gloss, get all cute, and go out. Like, I love that. And that contributes to, like, my family goals and my love life. That actually is not contributing, though, to my immediate survival of the fittest needs. Well, kind of. Everybody needs a little loving. No, I will stop. I'm getting a little much here. Anyway. Okay, I love that. That was so fun. Okay, and then thoughts and feeling factory. If you have any negative feelings, this is where you write down the thought and kind of process it. Okay, so scripting. Okay, and now this is where you rewrite your story. Okay, so I know for me lately, I've been feeling because I was drowning, or that's a story I tell. Well, no, I was struggling. I was on a couch, I was living half out of my car, and I just, some people that I thought could help me, didn't even care. And that just crushed me. But I'm so grateful for my friend who let me crash on his couch. That right there showed me that there are amazingly kind, loving people out there. So it just changed my life. Him letting me crash on his couch, and so I'm now I have a why. I need to get successful so I can I want to take him out to a fun festival. Music, he loves music festivals, so that'd be my dream, to just be yo dude, VIP tickets on me, unlimited food, unlimited drinks, let's party. And that would make him so happy. So yeah, I have a why now, and I want to do it. Reminded me the power of doing good for people, because honestly, when you're in the pits, people legit don't care. They don't, people go, oh, that's not true. Where were you when I was drowning, right? Not to blame. I'm not blaming. I take responsibility. You got to do all that, mental gymnastic stuff when, life just, comes at you a little bit. And be careful. It come harder. I'm grateful. Gratitude. I'm safe and safer. All right. Anyway. So, but my point is, being in such a rough position, I was telling myself stories that were, really, really sad. and you feel like people are against you, which is not a good way. You want to feel like people are for you, because they are, like, if you see it. So by me being like, oh, blah, 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 no, people are for you. Remember that. But I think I told you guys when I was waitressing, someone said, remember, no one is for you. It's a balance. Just know you only have your own back. Okay? But, like, also, Delulu me likes to pretend. If you pretend people are for you, they are. I don't know. It just makes it easier. Okay. So, anyway, go ahead and write a little story for yourself. Like a happy ending for today. Yeah. Do this every day. Okay, today. You have a little bit of a vision for what you want. I want you to do the part that I'm going to admit, I forgot to plug it in my calendar. So I want you to go do that. Okay, so right now, okay, you have your goals. I want you to check in with your goals daily, but let's use technology for our benefit. Okay, let's plug it in. I'm going to use Notion for mine. Let's plug it in. Set calendar reminders for ourselves. Okay, for example, so I wrote out my daily goals for tomorrow. I'm going to put in my calendar. Okay, because remember, you're the CEO. You're the CEO. Okay, you're the CEO. You're the personal assistant to you being a CEO. Okay, so, excuse me. So keep that in mind. You're the CEO. So like, just pretend that you're the CEO. You're like protected in a glass building. Okay, and someone's like, excuse me. Just a reminder, you have your meditation appointment. Just a reminder, you have your Pilates class. That's you. That is you. Just a reminder, you have your hour of writing. Just a reminder. Okay, so go. All right. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to debate if I should do this podcast. Should I do this podcast like a weekly check-in? Like, hey, I think I'm going to do that. All right. So I'm still figuring out the format. I definitely want to incorporate like a light element as well, like kind of as if we are just meeting up for coffee, giggling and just being our goofy selves. But also I do want it to be inspiring, goal-oriented. So maybe I'll mix it up. Yeah. All right, definitely know your weekly goals. Because the next podcast, I'm going to figure it out. It's an ever-evolving podcast, but you're on the journey. You're with me, and I'm excited for it. All right, well, thank you guys so much for listening to Coffee and Daydreaming podcast. Remember, with a cup full of coffee and a heart full of hope, anything is possible.